Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to the farm. If you can hear that, it's raining. It's raining quite heavily, actually, right now. We're on a bit of a suicide mission here today because everything is just like glass, and it's raining. So I'm gonna go to the shop. We're gonna get old Aunt Jemima fired up here. We're gonna run a bale over the sheep. We're gonna kick them out into that big paddock in behind the barn. They don't need to be in confinement. Half that snow's melting. Nobody's gonna get lost back there now. And then I think we're actually gonna, this afternoon here, we're gonna run to Grand Prairie, take the kids to a movie, go for a bit of supper, and go see some Christmas lights out at Evergreen Park. Although I'm a little bit hesitant. Hopefully just a bit of rain, all the highways are clear, and there's no, like, this doesn't suddenly dip down to -10 and we get a bunch of ice and stuff unnecessarily. My wife gave me almighty hell here yesterday, so we've had all this rain, we've had all this snow, we've had and then a big melt or whatever, so there's just water everywhere. Well, where my sister-in-law and her husband built, they're not on a hill like we are. They're in fact below sea level, and so they woke up yesterday morning to 5 or 6 inches of water inside their basement. Really just a terrible thing happened. I'm not going to make light of it at all, but anyway, so we got that 14-foot dump trailer, and the wife was going to hook onto it with the Yukon or with old Blueberry here, and then haul it over there so they could rip their carpets out and throw it in the trailer, because it's done. Like, it's probably going to be done, right? Anyways, they're looking all over for a trailer hitch. And I'm trying to list off all these places that it might be. And the last place I was like, okay, it might be sitting on top of the cat house right here in front of the shop. And sure enough, there it is sitting there. And she gave me quite the heck for not putting stuff away where it's supposed to be. And then I just laughed because when she went to Nashville, she cleared out her Yukon so all her friends' suitcases and whatnot could fit in the back. And where did she take out and set right there? So we're both guilty. We're both guilty of not putting our stuff away. That's fine. But I think what I'm going to have to do here, I got the teeth on this bucket. If I can get out and get up the hill and around the corner, I might have to do some back blading with the teeth down just to kind of scratch things up a little bit. I did notice the other day that the diff lock in the tractor doesn't seem to be working. So I'd like to throw, I got one set of chains. It's just an old dual set off of a big truck or whatever. I would like to throw on. But if I got chains on one side, nothing on the other side, I need that diff lock in order to lock it, in order to be effective, right? So I'm going to quickly grab a crescent wrench. We'll fire up the tractor to see if I can get that, just verify that the oil pressure is there. Because if there's no oil pressure, if there's nothing moving, then I probably have an electronics issue with the switch, and I'll have to get the test light and all that kind of stuff. And then that's going to turn into a tomorrow project pretty quickly because I want to take the kids to a movie. I'm sure my wife doesn't want me out here tinkering in the shop for hours and hours. Good thing that tomorrow is Second Chance Sunday. Second Chance Sunday being the second chance you have to pick up all the stuff that you never picked up in the spring, or in the fall, sorry, before all the snow happened. And there's lots. Even a snow shovel I found. But over here beside the little blue shed, I got my tire chains that I was running on the back of the Deutz when the four-wheel drive, the front wheel assist wasn't working. So I don't know if it'll fit on that tire. We're gonna try it here tomorrow. I eventually fixed the front wheel assist on the Deutz, so then I just peeled the chains off and just left them laying in beside the shed, never needed them. We'll see if we can get around here today just to get a bale out to the sheep and get to town. I gotta laugh, these soft core bales we got from the Ducks Unlimited quarter just to the north of us here. I'm not sure who got contracted to wrap these bales, but I think maybe they got paid by how much twine they put on. But it looks almost like they tried to net wrap the bale with baler twine. There must be 60 wraps of twine around this little wee round bale. Boy, guy just about needs tire chains for the boots there. Just let the sheep out of the little pen to the south of the barn and kicked them loose out to the round bale. They all come around here, just Tokyo drifting around the corner and out to the field, but I could barely get these panels dug out of the ice. So anyways, I got to join them all together so that they can have access. I still want them to be able to come into here as well as stay back out there. I think that would be good just for ease of function. Make it so they can go there, but if they want to come in and get some shelter in there in the night, that's closed in on 4 sides with just a little doorway, whereas the shelter that's out in the big field is just a 3-sided shelter. So if the wind starts coming out of the east or the northeast and it gets miserable, they don't really got a lot of coverage there. So give them some access to here. They can come in and lick on some mineral. One thing I do got to get is some more molasses. I still got a little bit left in that one tote from last year, but the valve handle broke off. So my buddy Robin over at Bloom Enterprises, he's got that molasses. I'm gonna have to get another tote off of him and see if I can somehow tip this one upside down and dump it through the lid into a new tote so it doesn't go to waste. But that valve handle's pooched, and I try as I might, I can't seem to get that thing off of there. So I'm gonna have to get a little bit unconventional with it. We just got back from the Hythe Co-op here, picked up the loop load from today, and boy, oh boy, was that ever taking your life in your own hands. We were contemplating whether or not we're gonna run to Grand Prairie, take the kids to a movie theater today. I think we're still going to. The highways are wet and they're decent, but the back roads, because they got 3 inches of ice on them now, and it's been just like, it's actually like pouring rain right now. So I mean, eventually that's gonna melt off, but right now all it's doing is just like sheening it up. And so we live on top of a hill, going down the hill, but then you got to go back up a hill to get out to the Emerson Trail there. And it was 4-wheel drive and just like just crawling up the hill, just trying to get her to get up there. Got the groceries, come back. Now I got to go down a hill, and I'm doing 20, maybe 21, 22 kilometers an hour. And as I'm going downhill, the traction control in the truck is engaging because I'm sliding down the hill faster than the wheels are turning, and basically just like dancing with the steering wheel, just trying to keep the truck straight so that it doesn't just slide off into the ditch. I did see there was one fellow over by the Mennonite church there coming up to the Emerson. They must have realized they weren't going to stop and took the snowbank. And well, after the snowbanks have been melting for the last 3-4 days, they're not as soft as they were maybe say a week ago. So I'm thinking that guy unfortunately is going to have some bumper damage, but that's too bad. Anyways, I'm going to unpack the groceries here, and then we are going to run to Grand Prairie. We've just got about like a kilometer of this treacherous wet ice to deal with, and then we're out on the nice bare clean highway. So it might be a stupid thing to go to town right now, but we're gonna give it a try here. Well, we're back here now from town. Actually, the highways were good. They were good the whole way. It was just fine. Even running around Grand Prairie was fine. Just that little bit on the back road was a bit dicey. But guys got to stay out of town. Spent far too much money on there. One trip to Canadian Tire was like $470 going in, and it's not even Christmas presents. We bought a roof rack for the wife's SUV, and because she wants to go skiing in between Christmas and New Year's. There, we're gonna run to Banff for a little bit. I'm not a skier. I'm not a winter sport kind of guy. I'm a pretty fair weather character myself, so I'll be soaking up the hot chocolate in the chalet. But anyway, so got a roof rack, so that'll be tomorrow's project, is get her car in the shop and get that on there, get it all sized up, see about how we can attach some skis to that thing. And we went to see Moana 2 actually, with the kids. So pretty good, family friendly movie, recommend it. Kind of funny, kind of entertaining. Give it a 7 out of 10 stars. If kids like a good sing along, that's a pretty good one. And after that, we went down to the old Chinese buffet there in Grand Prairie, and it's pretty funny. Actually, we all got our stuff dished up there, and then Finn had to pee, so I run her to the washroom. And of course, you run her to the men's washroom, because I mean, I'm not going to go in the ladies' washroom. And somebody shot all up the wall, and that's how you know it's a good buffet, right? When there's just shit all over the place. So of course we went back for a second helping, and we're home here now, and the whole family's just like guts just boiling. So I just come in, fed the dogs, fed the cats. I think I'm gonna go fix up a cup of tea and maybe spend some time with a magazine in the bathroom. So I'll let you go for now. Hopefully you're having a fantastic evening. We shall see you tomorrow.